Hey guys, this is another podcast episode by Frosty here, and I know it has been some while. It has definitely been a while, but I also decided to look into maybe upping the video quality because as much as I love doing these podcast episodes, as much as they are not really a lot of editing, I definitely want to improve them. And the reason why this video is basically I had to think about what I'm doing, and I am going to say high quality videos probably will not be coming out except maybe like once or twice, once maybe every month, depending on how I feel and how I'll be able to get everything. There will probably be a besides the slowdown already on podcast episodes. There'll be probably a couple more just because, like I said, I was planning on making a Steelers podcast episode series, trashing them and talking about them, but they keep doing, and I keep hearing more and more things that make me say, listen, just wait for it. But the main reason why I'm trying to look for upper quality is simply because the Steeler video is already in the works right now. I definitely want to see how well I can do with it. There are gonna finally be some other videos that are not just sports. It will still be a major sports channel, but there'll be a couple top tens of other games and stuff. Quite a few other stuff that I like as well, because I decided sports is definitely a passion, and that's kind of going to be the constant thing. But there will be a couple other things. One of the biggest things that's going to be coming out is actually a couple of game reviews personally. I'm actually looking forward to that. But definitely wanted to pretty much talk about this now because this is going to probably be a new series that is going to have its own playlist. It's going to have its own thing, and it's basically called the Frost Season. Now, basically, what the Frost Season is basically a podcast where every week I talk about potential free agents, potentials of what's going to happen. There isn't going to be like a separate series from the draft. So if you want anything on the draft or my thoughts on like the draft, there will be that. There will definitely be something of. Like I said, you're going to hear a lot of Patriot talk from me. Definitely going to release a couple small podcast episodes soon, I hope, just to talk about actually quite a few of besides the obvious things. There's been quite a bit of talk surrounding my Patriots team. Some really good. Others make me want to cry at night. Okay, that's a lie. I am cry. I am crying at night. And I personally also don't really feel especially great to talk about much, but of course, like I said, this is going to probably be called. This is probably called Frost Season Episode 1. Free agency begins. Like pretty much just discussing this. I know it's been like 3 minutes and I'm talking about this. I'm rambling on, but let's get to the free agency talk and let's get down to business. First of all, JJ Watt. Yeah, this kind of inspired the video, but there's quite a few players I've wanted to talk about because of how big this market actually is going to be. Because we are potentially looking at one of the largest running back overturns in a long time. Quite a few receivers are going to be available. Who will stay? Who will go? And will Joe Burrow get an O line? That I can answer that. That's no. But yeah. But JJ Watt, where will he go? And okay, first of all, I just gotta say, Yinzers, I've seen Steelers fans, they keep saying, JJ the pick! JJ the pick! What did I say in the Bengals episode? You guys are already hitting the cap room. Like, you're hitting the cap. Like, you are already over the cap. So they have to shed cap room. Which I said. The people they're going to have to lose is Juju, Connor, Bud Dupree, because he's going to price himself out of Pittsburgh plans, because he's not a Pittsburgh loyal, which I don't know how anyone is. Vance McDonald retired. Marquise Pouncey retired. Your O line is getting old and shaky. Big Ben is going to take over $40 million in cap room unless you renegotiate. But I think he does definitely wants to get paid. And of course, Pittsburgh is already stating that they don't really want him back. But they're like, hey, if he renegotiates, yeah, sure. It's sounding like they don't want him back. And honestly, they're in a bad situation where they're kind of, I feel like, trying to push him to retirement because if they cut him, they're going to have a lot of dead cap. I think it'll actually be better for the season if they cut him. Because if they keep him, I mean, your quarterback is just not going to be good. Although Dwayne Haskins, I mean, he's got a second chance. I hope he doesn't screw it up. I hope Ohio alumni do great. But JJ Watt, like I said, when there were rumors of JJ Watt getting traded, Pittsburgh, you lost your first round pick. It's going to cost you like 2 seconds and maybe like TJ Watt or Cameron Hayward. You already really have a good D line, so you really don't need JJ Watt there. The only thing they have is literally family. Like they have Derek Watt and they have TJ Watt, and that's it, but they don't really have the cap room. And the average price for JJ Watt is going to be 16 to 20 million for 2 years. I think Browns and Bills, he'd take a pay cut. Just because I think he definitely wants to win a championship for a team that just hasn't had success. I think they have great fan bases, which I think he likes, and they both have the cap room to actually sign him, which is nice. So, I mean, I think Buffalo or Cleveland. And then we go to Baltimore. I know people have said, I've heard so much about this, about that he'd go to Baltimore, Marlon Humphrey. Honestly, the purge is coming for Baltimore, and the reason why is as soon as Mark Ingram got cut, I was shocked. Because they spent a lot of money on free agency for Mark Ingram and Earl Thomas, and now both of them are gone. I know, like, Lamar, and I get that. Lamar is I don't know, like I said. This last season didn't give me confidence in Lamar. Maybe more like, okay, cool, Lamar. Like, I mean, he can win playoffs. Um, there's not really, like I said, I don't have a lot of confidence in Lamar, but JJ Watt, honestly, again, you'd have to lose Derek Wolfe, you'd have to lose Calais Campbell, you have to lose blah, 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 blah. It just doesn't seem right, especially since you have Ngakwe on a pretty big contract. I don't know. And they said they're going to re-sign Mark Andrews and they're going to sign Lamar. They already are. I pretty much said Des Bryant will not be coming back, which isn't good. Baltimore, don't cheer. He looked really good, and you guys either need to get a new O coordinator, up the passing game, or something, because I'm not even going to lie. This is getting just so. It is depressing to watch this team. And like I said, Lamar needs to look at the guy who's backing him up because you got to be careful. You don't want to end up like him. And of course, yeah. So that's pretty much the biggest thing. But the other things I have seen and looked at is Zach Ertz and Carson Wentz. Let's get Ertz out of the way. Ertz obviously could reject the franchise tag and pretty much could become a free agent, and the Eagles never trade him. That's the worst scenario. But right now, I think they are, and I think Howie Roseman has become officially delusional. We'll get to Carson Wentz in a minute. Ertz, he's worth like a second and a fifth round pick. I know. I like Ertz personally. I thought New England would take a shot at him. We'll get to New England in a second. I'm going to do a brief bit on him, but nothing too much. I'm going to be releasing 3 free agent videos today, or maybe 2. I don't know. But let's get over the main part. The main thing is Ertz is a high-profile Pro Bowler, high tight end who has been very good to especially Carson Wentz. He has also been, ever since that Super Bowl, kind of injury-prone, kind of mediocre. He might need a new scenery, as I think Carson Wentz does. But honest to goodness, I mean, I think he honestly really... It sucks because he loved playing for Philly. He was a Philadelphian staple. And I think the fan base is actually going to be quite upset with what's going to happen with him. And then, and then we get to Carson Wentz. Oh, for the love of mercy! So at this moment, there technically has been a rumor he's already been traded. Um, I don't know if that trade is confirmed, but it's supposedly Nick Foles, Tariq Cohen, and a first round pick. Apparently, there's also been rumors that they haven't even been offered a first round pick. But we get to this. So here's the thing. What the Colts are offering is the best. I'm so happy. 2 second round picks for Carson Wentz. Honestly, it's perfect. They get rid of I don't want to say cancer, but kind of an issue. They shed the cap room. I mean, they're taking a hit, whatever. But they do take him off the books. The problem is Carson Wentz is going to go back to form. Because Frank Reich and Carson Wentz worked wonders. So obviously, it doesn't look like. So, and again, like, the main reason why they're trading Carson Wentz is because they believe in Jalen Hurts, as do I believe in Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. And Philly, don't worry. You might have drafted him way too high, but I am absolutely mad that New England didn't draft him. So, yeah, at least have that. Have fun. At least you have that glory. But they are saying Carson Wentz was worth 2 first round picks. Carson Wentz led the league in interceptions and turnovers. He has been considerably injury prone. There is absolutely no way in the world that Carson Wentz is worth 2 first round picks. Now, I get if you give up Carson and a third, he might be worth at least 1 first round pick, a second, and a fifth. Something like that. Or they trade Brissett. I don't know. Maybe a veteran presence with Jalen Hurts. Of course, you could also use him Brissett like a Taysom Hill. But yeah, I think I'm going to talk about the Patriots in the next episode because I'm running out of time, and I just have to say, Howie Roseman should be fired because look at the draft. You had Justin Jackson, literally the Randy Moss clone, and you chose Jalen Reagor, who's been injury prone, and basically Nelson Aguilar. Oh, and by the way, Nelson Aguilar also looks good, and also is going to hit the free agency market, and also probably won't go back to Philadelphia. So, where does that leave us? Where does that leave us with the Eagles? I think they're going to have to go full-blown tank. Fletcher Cox is not getting younger. Brandon Graham is not getting younger. Darius Slay's getting up there, but he's still productive. Okay, I can get on board with that. Your offense is garbage. Jason Kelce, probably going to retire or gone. Jason Peters, probably going to retire. He's gone. I mean, I'm looking at every piece. Your running backs are the only thing I think that you have to have hold your head up high. Like, yeah, Boston Scott looks amazing. You have quite a few good running backs on that team. Congrats. Receivers. Old man Alshon Jeffrey, he's getting up there in age. And Philly's going to have to tank. Like, I don't see any way. They're probably going to get their own video, too. But as time runs out, this is the first episode of Frosty Free Agency, and I will see you next time. Stay safe, stay cool, and stay frosty.